I'm super excited that you're here. And as you're coming in, just give me a shout out. Where in the world are you this morning or this afternoon, depending on where you are in the world? I always love to know where everybody's tuning in from. So give me a shout out. Where are you coming in from? Um, Today, we're going to be talking about sales. Now, I know that's like a dirty word for a lot of people. But the funny part about it is we rely on sales. If we're a business owner, like, hello, we have to have sales, right? And then leveraging the power of social media to generate sales is the topic at hand today. So if you are interested in figuring that out, how you can come across not uber salesy, but yet warm and friendly and ultimately create that sale, then you, like I say, you're in the right place today. We have a special guest that has created millions of dollars in sales he and his team have using the power of social media. So you guys are going to be incredibly blessed by what you're going to learn today. On all the shows well, let me back up for a second. In case you don't know who I am, you just stumbled across this show, you're like, why am I here? One, hopefully you're here to learn how to leverage the power of social media to sell more stuff. But I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Kim Garst. I'm an online business strategist, or basically marketing. I'm really passionate about marketing your business in a way that grows your business or your bottom line. So if that's something you're interested in, I'd love to be of assistance there. That's what the show is all about, up-leveling your business from a monetary standpoint. And if you are brand new and have never been on my show before, or one of my shows before, then just drop in #new. I'd love to wave and say hey to you. We'll have an e-meet, if you will. And of course, all of you that are I call oldies but goodies. Susie is an oldie but goodie, and I don't mean that in an age perspective. I only mean that she tunes into a lot of the shows. So thank you, Susie, for being here. She's amazing. Like I say, if you are one of the oldies but goodies, hey, thank you again for being here. On all of our shows, we do some giveaways, and today's no different. We're going to be giving away one of these little, they're webcam covers. So if you're it's a big thing right now, honestly, the whole concept of people spying and hacking into our webcams. Hey, Lindsay Green, lovely to meet you, girl. So we're going to be giving away one of these. We're also going to be giving away a ring light, a fancy little, it's kind of, one of these things that you put on your phone and have amazing light for your selfies, or if you're in a dark place or whatever, you can have some light source and your pictures come out a lot better. And the way you win or get chosen to win our prizes is you drop in your aha moments. So if you hear something that's like, oh my gosh, that's so amazing, I didn't know that, or if it just, is something you knew but you needed to hear again, because that happens to us, right? Then just drop in #aha, and whatever it is, whatever your aha moment is, that's how we choose the winners. We are also giving away 3 months of our sponsor, which is easel.com. Easel.com is a graphic design tool. And that just means that if you are creating content for your socials, or for PowerPoint presentations, or whatever that you're creating that's visually as a visual component for your business, you can do that with easel.com. They're a great little tool. What I love about them the most is the fact that they have great templates, so that you don't have to do the hard work. They do have a graphic design team on hand, and a lot of their templates are pre-designed or designed by professional graphic designers. So a lot of their content is just stunning. So definitely check them out. If you're not a winner, go check them out at kimgarst.com/easel. And like I say, we're going to choose 3 winners today for a 3-month full account, so that you can have 3 months as a test run, try it out and see what you think. Okay, so before we get started, I always like to do something just a little bit fun. And I thought we'd start with, we've been doing some games and some other things, but today I thought we'd mix it up and do some just for fun questions. So y'all ready? I think these are kind of fun, so hopefully you'll agree with me. So Question number one, if you made no money as a result of this endeavor, would you have rather created Facebook or Twitter? Now, keep in mind that you can make no money from it. Would you rather have been the founder or the creator or the idea generation for Facebook or Twitter? Like which one? Facebook, Twitter, Facebook, Twitter. Keep it in mind that obviously Facebook these days has probably way more money in the bank than Twitter, but no money. We're not talking about the money. Just which platform would you like your name on? Replacing the Zuckerberg. All right. If it could be your name versus Zuckerberg, or I don't know. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Who's the guy over at Twitter? I'm trying to think of the guy that created Twitter. But anyway, so Lisa's saying Facebook. Okay, I'm just curious because I'm betting now. So Cynthia's saying Facebook. I'm betting that most people will pick Facebook. Jenny is saying Facebook. Okay, all right. Maybe I'm. So see, we could say it's Schaefer instead of Zuckerberg, right? Oh, good. Angelica is saying Twitter. So we do have a Twitter person. Good. All right. So we have a few. I bet you that the majority will say Facebook. But again, Jenny is saying Facebook. So Hollinger instead of Zuckerberg. I mean, it's got a good ring, right? Think about it. And the fact that you can't make any money with it, though. Yeah, so Facebook because of this ability to storytell. All right, excellent. Okay, so the next question is, which do you check first in the morning, email or social media? This should be interesting. I'm just curious about this. So which one do you check first, email or social media? I think for me, there's no Jack Dorsey. Thank you, Kimberly. I couldn't remember his name. He's just not as memorable, I guess, as Zuckerberg, right? I don't know. Poor guy. They've just run Twitter into the ground, in my opinion. But whatever. They didn't ask my opinion. Drat it. I think they should have. So, which one do you check first of the morning? Is it email or social media? For me, it's social media. Almost always, I check social media before email. I'm just curious as to everybody else's. And which, feel free to drop in which social do you check first. So Esther is saying social media. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how many say social media versus email. Okay, so Lauren says, oh man, I go back and forth, but normally Facebook. Yeah. Leslie says social media. I tell you, we have become like crackbooks, right? I actually post on social media in the morning because I'm most creative then. Yes, Nancy, I agree. I think our brain, at least my brain, operates much better of the morning than the afternoon or the evening hours. Calvin says email. Wow, okay. So we have one that says email, maybe more, obviously. Okay, the third question I have for you, and then we're going to introduce our special guest. Would you rather have the first name refrigerator or dishwasher? This is kind of just a weird one, but I thought I'd throw it out there. So again, first name refrigerator or dishwasher, and why? Like I'm trying to think. I think probably refrigerator for me because you could come up with maybe some nicknames like fridge or I don't know, Raider. I think you could come up with some nicknames and not have to be called refrigerator. Dishwasher, I guess you could do the same, but like who wants to be called dish or right? Jenny says, ooh, exactly. But this one's again kind of fun. Washer, no, I wouldn't want to be called washer either. Actually, I don't really think I care for either one, but I'm just curious which one? Refrigerator because I'm a diehard foodie. Angelica, yes, I love that. And Nancy says refrigerator has more enjoyable connotation food. Yes. Who wants to be like spinning around in the dishwasher, right? Dishwasher is smaller. Yeah, true. See, I told y'all this would be fun. Okay. So, Minnie says refrigerator, it's cooler. Hey, Carol, how are you? See, girl, I'm always going to call you Carol. I can't help it. Logan started that. So, all right, so let me introduce our special guest today. He is a special friend. I'm trying to remember where I met John and Nadya. I don't know. I think I met John and Nadya at one of Ray Higdon's events the first time, and then I've seen them several times since. The last time I saw them in person was at Social Media Marketing World back in March. It was the last event that I spoke at, and they are so much fun. They're powerhouses. They sell a lot of stuff on social media or using the power of social media. You guys are going to love them. Let's pull up the not the PowerPoint, but the the bio, so you guys can check out John. So John is a top 100. Hang on just a second. Let me move my little thing out of the way so I can see. So John is a top 100 income earner and in one of the most distinguished trainers in the network marketing space. And after spending 10 years building their business, he and his wife Nadya, using offline methods and sacrificing family time, for those of us who are, regardless of the business structure, usually sacrificing family time is sometimes a huge issue. But they turned from that model to online marketing, and this led them to explore and develop various online marketing strategies until they found the formula that worked for them and their team. And boy, did they figure it out. So over the past 3 years, their organization has brought in over 100 million in sales and over 300,000, not 300, 300,000 new customers, and all without the traditional home parties, meeting presentations, and three-way calls. And you guys put your hands together for John. Woo! Welcome, John.
What's up? What's up? I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, I'm excited too. So one of the things I want to say before we get started, your current business model is a network marketing company, and so I know a lot of people will be like, okay, well that's different from my business. So I want to seed the message that no, it doesn't really matter the type of business you have. If you want to sell on social media, it's all the same. Would you agree with that?
Right. Yeah, I mean everything's
Okay.
selling, right?
Yeah.
I think what it boils down to is if you believe in something and you're excited about it and you want to get someone else to buy in to your idea, your product, your service, whatever it is, it's going to take you selling them, right? You persuading them. I think the one thing that people don't like about selling is, and I agree, you don't want to feel like you have to convince somebody to buy something, right? Or convince somebody to do something and feel that icky feeling of rejection, of begging or convincing, and you have commission breath. Nobody wants to have commission breath. So I think ultimately, whether you're selling an info product, coaching, products, services, whatever it is, if you're trying to sell it, right, and you're an entrepreneur, you need to learn how to sell, especially on social media. So yeah, I'm excited to be here, Kim. Thank you for the invitation, and excited to give your audience some value today.
Well, I'm super excited that you're here. And we talked a little bit about what has happened to your business since, I call it COVID times, pandemic time, whatever. We're all under this like shadow right now, but I think a lot of businesses have really thrived. And I would love you to, if you don't mind, just share the story of what's happened in your business since, like March or April.
Right. So I'll take you back to 2013 just for a second, and only because for us, we got sick and tired of the old school stuff, the belly to belly, the offline, meetings, phone calls. Just I wanted to do things differently, so we started plugging into, Chalene Johnson and Gary Vaynerchuk and Ray Higdon. In fact, you're right. We did meet at a Ray Higdon event where Kim, you were the keynote speaker at that event. I don't know how many years ago that was. It had to be 5 or 6 years ago. But the fact of the matter is we started building a personal brand. We started building a community on social media and doing lots of videos and putting out lots of content. We had no idea what we were doing in the beginning. We had no idea what it was going to look like, but we knew we didn't want to continue down the path we were on. We wanted to attract people to us. We wanted to build a personal brand. So we started doing that for a couple years, but those of you that are in network marketing, let me know in the comments. Smash the heart button. Let me know if you're a network marketer and you're loud and proud. I know I shared this in my community as well and on my page, so I'm sure we'll have a bunch of networkers on here. But the fact is, we wanted to create systems and strategies that were duplicatable. That was the biggest thing that we saw, that a lot of internet marketers and influencers, people building a personal brand, like they were having success. They couldn't teach their teams. They couldn't teach their team to start a podcast. You couldn't teach a part-timer to start a YouTube channel. So we needed to figure out simple strategies. Blogging, not a simple strategy, right? Running Facebook ads and creating funnels like an email list. That's not simple. That's not easily duplicatable. So although those strategies work and we use those strategies with our personal brand, we wanted to figure out strategies that would work for the average person that's just wanting to supplement their income. And even if they want to make a full-time income, as we all know, when you're an entrepreneur, you can't start a business and instantly start seeing profits, right? Typical businesses, like the average business, takes 3 to 5 years to turn a profit. So we know that it takes time. So we wanted to create systems and create training so that someone could build a business part-time around a busy schedule and not have to do the meetings, not have to do the home parties, not have to, buy inventory and pass out samples to their friends and family and be on three-way calls. And now the real popular thing you see is a lot of these network marketers are doing Zoom calls all the time. And, I remember I was following this one leader and she was bragging about how she was on her 17th Zoom of the day. 17th Zoom of the day. And I'm like, why do you have to be on Zooms from morning till night saying the same thing over and over again? Why not use tools and systems? So when COVID hit, we didn't skip a beat because we were already used to building on social media. We were already used to helping people launch their businesses on social media, generate leads on social media. One of the things that we have seen with social, and Kim, I know you've seen this, a lot of network marketers go from family member, friend, neighbor, coworker to network marketing weirdo. It's like all their posts are very spammy, right? We call it Spamela Anderson, or you're running like an infomercial on your social media where it's like every post is like before and afters and buy my product at 50% off. And it's just very needy, desperate, pushy, salesy. And this is why people don't like network marketers a lot of times, because they're like, what happened to my friend Susie? Susie used to be awesome. Susie and I hung out. We just talked about everyday normal life, normal things. And now every time I talk to Susie, it's her trying to get me to buy her shampoo, her trying to get me to buy her CBD oil. And you become this walking, talking infomercial, and it's freaking annoying. So
Yeah.
the one thing that we figured out, thank God we started following, Gary Vaynerchuk, Mike Dillard, Ray Higdon, like all these marketers in 2013, 14, 15, we learned the value of building a brand. And I know, Kim, this is something that you teach to your audience. If you love Kim, smash that hard button. Let her know how much you love her and appreciate her, because she's been one of the pioneers in teaching people how to use social media the right way. And I think ultimately we all have, something of value, something we can share, something we can get behind. And it's just a matter of figuring out, what are you passionate about? What do you love to talk about? And how, what it really boils down to? How can you help someone on the other end, right? Whether it's, them watching you on Facebook Live, or them watching your Instagram story, them watching your TikTok, or just a one-on-one conversation on Facebook Messenger. How can you help the person that you're having that interaction with?
I totally agree. And, we talked about everything you said. Like, one of the things that really resonated with me was the fact that, because I was this person, when I first started in social media, and like you said, we didn't know what we were doing. We just got busy doing the next thing and trying to figure it out, right? So I have my little puppy. She's climbed on my desk here. She's joining us today. But the thing that that really resonated with me is the fact that systems are so critical. And until I'd say even 3 years ago, I was a fly by the seat of my pants kind of gal, like whatever was next, you know. So having systems allows you to duplicate processes and make life things so much easier. But I didn't have those, so that really resonated with me. Now I want to talk about something that I know you guys have really focused on, and we didn't talk about the numbers though. Let me back up for a second. The numbers, the growth of your business, the sales numbers since April. Can you just tell those numbers real quick, because I think they tell a story.
Yeah. Well, so 2017 we did 25 million as a team for the year. 2018 30 million. Last year 40 million. And then since COVID over the last 5 months, just to put it in perspective, we did 27 million in the last 5 months. So, yes,
Wow.
the numbers have been insane, and we've seen growth consistently over the last few years anyway. But and we kind of talked about this before we went live. When COVID hit, at first I was thinking, OMG, what if they shut down like UPS and FedEx because it's got the COVID cooties all over the boxes, and people are like spraying their grocery bags, right? So we didn't know what was going to happen, but I certainly didn't think our business would grow exponentially the way it has. I thought maybe we would decline or plateau. I didn't know. Nobody knew. I mean, it's not like, oh,
Yeah.
remember last time we had a pandemic? No, there is no last time. At least not for me. I don't remember ever
Anyway,
had.
right?
Right. We
Yeah.
had no clue. No clue it was going to happen. But I thought, knee jerk reaction, you think people are losing their jobs, businesses are getting shut down. There's chaos in the streets, all these things. You think common sense would tell you that, okay, the economy's crashing, people are not going to spend money. So we were worried about that. But then on the flip side, we did realize, because I got started in actually, what am I talking about? It's this month. 19 years ago this month, I came to a network marketing presentation. I was 20 years old, broke, busted, and disgusted. It was 2 weeks after 9/11 that I got started in network
Mhm.
marketing. And then I went
Wow.
full time in network marketing in 2008, right after the economy crashed, the real estate market crashed. I was a mortgage banker. So, when the market crashed, I went full time. And here's what I've come to realize: 2008 was the first year I made 6 figures in network marketing. And that was the last time we had, economic uncertainty and the real estate market was crashing. Like, I mean, we remember when all these big banks are getting bailed out or shut down, like all the chaos. That was the first time I made 6 figures in network marketing. So I kind of thought, like, we're probably going to recruit more people. We're going to have higher quality people joining our business. I just didn't expect the sales to
Yeah.
explode like they have the last 5 months. So we're really grateful.
Well, I think that's the story. I think a lot of people think that based off of where we are in the world right now, that people are not spending money, and that is nothing could be further from the truth. In
Right.
fact, there are so many people right now that are looking for other opportunities, trying to, find a side hustle or whatever, or create other income streams in their business because the income streams that they had dried up. Like you
Right.
said, you didn't know exactly what to expect. It could have gone exactly the opposite direction. You just don't know when things, that's why the power of the pivot is so important. So one
I
thing
love
I know
that.
that's been
Yeah.
very powerful for you guys is the fact that you have built out a personal brand.
Mhm.
I know that when it comes to selling on social media, that and that's, I think that's the biggest thing for a lot of us is you have to be personable. You
Yeah.
have to, it's not about your product or your service. People connect with you. So for you and Nadia, how has that the power of that personal brand been so impactful from a sales perspective?
Oh, it's huge. It's so huge. And the thing is, when we first started doing videos and putting out content on social media, because again, we wanted to help people solve problems, and we knew that an entrepreneur is simply a problem solver for profits, right? That's basically what we do. It's like you find a problem in the marketplace and you help people solve that problem. And if you have a really great solution to a really big problem, you make a lot of money, right? We've all watched Shark Tank. That's probably one of the greatest examples of what's possible when you become a professional problem solver. And we knew that people struggled with a plethora of things when it comes to building a network marketing business. A lot of it was skill set, but a lot of it was also mindset. So we started doing videos and content and showing up consistently, and we built this brand. But we, like you said, Kim, we didn't know what that really meant. We just knew that there were a lot of experts talking about generating leads, building a community, building an audience, and finding ways to monetize. We didn't know what it meant, but we thought to ourselves, that sounds better than cold calling. That sounds better than grabbing business cards off bulletin boards and being like, hey, Sam, my name's John Melton. I'm expanding a business in the area, and you were highly referred to me. Grabbed your business card off of a bulletin board. We just felt like it made more sense to build an audience. And with that, we started creating results. And you know how it works, right? You start creating results in the marketplace. People are going to ask you, how are you doing it? Will you coach me? Will you explain it to me? Will you show me your business? So we started creating online academies. We started creating physical products, doing affiliate marketing, and essentially creating all these income streams alongside of our network marketing business. And the exciting thing is we have a lot of people coming to us from other network marketing companies that maybe their company went out of business, or they had a falling out with their company or their upline, or who knows, things happen, things change. And I kept thinking to myself, because I've been doing this 19 years. So I built offline for over a decade. So I knew what it looked like if you built relationships and you showed up consistently. Like, there's people that they come into your life, but they're not ready for a home-based business. They're not ready to do something new. But if they're a quality person and you build that relationship and you stay in touch with them and you're putting out content, at some point they're going to come to you. Could be a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. And they say, hey, look, I want to know what you do. Or I need to try your product. Or maybe you launch a new business or you launch a new product and the timing is better. The point is, we've been consistently showing up with our brand and with our content for so many years that now, I mean, I can't keep up with my inbox. We have so many people coming to us that either want coaching, training, our academies, or they're looking for a new network marketing business. And it's really cool because now we've got a lot of leaders on our team that are doing the same thing. We teach them how to build a brand. We teach them how to show up. And it's just crazy
And the
because
good
you end up
news
with
is,
people that are, yeah.
and the good news is because you've done it, you've now got a framework for it. When you started,
Right.
when I started, I couldn't have taught somebody else how to do it because I hadn't even done it myself. Now I've gone down that road, and the moral to this story is, keep that comment up for just a second, if you would, Jeff. But the moral to this story is, that finding somebody is doing what you want to do, and you plug it in, learning from them. It shortens the learning curve tremendously. But I want to also really highlight something that John's been talking about, is, even though he's coming at this from his business model, everything he said applies to any business model. It's showing up consistently with value-based content and solving people's problems. And then Janine is saying, I also think people are rethinking how they purchase their products. I 100% agree. Definitely, that's one of the things I've experienced in COVID times, is, seeing people are interested in spending money, and they're not just going for free or low cost things. They're willing to invest in whatever solves their problem. It's been kind of an interesting journey, I think. So it's talking about products. And before, Nancy saying, yes, exactly. Give it time and be consistent. This is a huge aha, as I've been thinking of switching brands up a bit, but really it's about consistency. It is. And, most people frankly give up before they've reached that level of, what John's talking about, being able to keep up with these inbox and all the requests and people buying this and buying that. It's showing up and doing the work and being there and being value-based to people. I think that really matters. So John, I know your business is primarily about products. I mean, from a sales perspective. So can you share some strategies that you guys use, to highlight your company or your products, if you're trying to get customers, for example, that don't come across as uber salesy, like, hey, buy my product. How do you show up in social and sell some of your products?
It's interesting because it's really what we're doing right now, right? Providing value, doing an interview just like this with no expectation. You and I, we're not doing this so that we can make a buck, and man, I really need to make some money. I got my mortgage coming up real soon. Like, when you have the mindset, and this was a paradigm shift for me, because I was so used to selling every interaction, every engagement. It was all about, like, what's the bottom line? Because I don't want to waste my time. I'm here to make money. And I had commission breath, and I made it about me. When you make it about other people and you're like, you know what? This isn't about me trying to sell or make a buck every time I interact with someone. This is about, you know what? If I help someone and people are thanking me, I'm on the right path. If people are like, thank you for being vulnerable. Thank you for talking about how you quit drinking, 12 years ago. Thank you for talking about, your upbringing. Thank you for talking about your struggle. Thank you for, being authentic and being real and being personable, or whatever it is, right? When you start showing up consistently with no expectation, I'm not doing this just so I can benefit. I'm doing this so you can benefit. When you show up consistently with that mindset, you're going to be dangerous in the marketplace, because you're not just about you and your own selfish desire to make money. And actually, on the flip side, some of you are holding back and you're like, I don't know what to talk about. I don't know what building a brand looks like. Because you're so selfish with your own fears and doubts. And I understand it, by the way, because I used to have a deep fear of public speaking. So you're looking at my chapter 19. If you're at chapter 3 in your entrepreneurial journey, don't get caught up in comparing your chapter 3 to my chapter 19. But with that being said, we're really big on the 80-20 rule, where 80% of the time it's value, it's lifestyle, it's inspiration, education, entertainment, right? If you can make them laugh, you can make them buy. But I think,
That I'm
it's little
so
things
glad you
like,
said that.
yeah,
Because that actually leads me into a burning question I have for you. So I know
okay,
you guys have embraced TikTok,
yeah,
and you're doing some fun content there. That's kind of why I say that all the time. If you can make people laugh or cry, you got them, right?
right,
And that's where the vulnerability side of us comes out, like, from the standpoint of sharing, like, the negatives in our life, and maybe somebody's going to cry or whatever, but getting people to come alongside you and relate to you is super, super value based. And
yeah.
so TikTok, let's talk TikTok a little bit, because there's so many people are interested, but they're like, how am I going to show up there? So tell me how you guys are using TikTok, and more specifically, do you have any sales stories to share?
Yeah. So, a couple things. Number one, I think it's really important to remove the selling mindset and have more of a training and teaching mindset. Because when you start training and teaching, it just feels energetically different than, like, trying to sell you. So when I look at a lot of my top sellers, a lot of them are using TikTok, but they rarely sell, which is interesting. I tell people all the time, the reason you're not selling is because you're either selling all the time or you're never selling. It's typically one of those two. But when you're doing demonstrations of your product, whether that's Instagram story, TikTok, or maybe you're just sharing how a product impacted you. Maybe you lost a lot of weight, right? And you could share in your weight loss journey that you were drinking a lot of water and you started exercising, you stopped with, this addiction to, negative thinking, or you started getting more rest, whatever it is. And then, oh, by the way, you were taking these supplements that you were really skeptical of, but you tried them out and you said, you know what, I'm just going to give this a try for 90 days, not 2 weeks, not 30 days, but 90 days. And not only did I stick with my commitments, but these supplements helped me immensely, right? And when you do things like this, when you start sharing stories and training versus selling, teaching versus pitching, and you're taking people on the journey with you. Maybe you're showing people the products you take in the morning, or your skincare regimen, or makeup tutorials, right? You're doing these things with the mindset of, like, I'm just sharing what I do, what I use. I'm not trying to sell you it. You'll start to see results. And I'll leave everyone with this. Who are your favorite bloggers or Instagram influencers? Do you notice that a lot of times they're showing, like, the outfits they wear, right? Fashion tips, makeup. Like, they're rarely selling, right? Maybe you follow fitness people and they're giving you all these different workouts that they do. And then once in a while, they're like, hey, this is the product I recommend. Here's my discount code. Or swipe up and you can check out my link. Or, like you said, it's a funny TikTok, but it just goes viral on TikTok. Now you got all these new followers and they start following you on TikTok, but then you're redirecting them to Instagram. Now they're following your Instagram stories where you're showing the coffee that you drink. That coffee just happens to be one of your network marketing products.
Yeah, it's I love what you just said. I have often said, serve, don't sell. And if you do that, Sandra says, I love that. If you can make them laugh or cry, you got them. Yeah, I tell you, it's a it's a relationship builder. You know, it's a relatability thing. Like if you look at my any of my socials, I'm big on just showing up with relatable content and value-based content. So I'll use humor or faith or whatever that attracts my person to me, right? And I think that's the key. Show up with value-based, lead with value, and the selling will come, I think. So I know we've been talking about sales a lot, but I love how you have turned it into exactly what it should be, which is, building those relationships and connections, that if you do that, then the sales will come.
Right.
So I'm just curious from the social perspective, what social platforms are you most active on, and which ones give you the most results right now?
It's definitely Facebook. I mean, Facebook, just in general, when it's a network marketer, they're getting started. Maybe they don't have a lot of, influence. They're just a normal everyday person. Maybe they got a couple hundred friends on Facebook. We teach them how to create curiosity so that people raise their hand. Like, what's that product? What's that business? We have something called a spoon post where a lot of our people, there's this product where it looks like pudding. You pour it into a spoon. It's got CLA. It's a product that helps with weight loss. Anyway, long story short, we have all these examples and people will choose which example they like out of some of the different products and different examples of curiosity posts. So it could be, OMG, I found this brownie batter that, helps my belly get flatter. Can't wait to try this stuff. And thanks to my friend Angela for referring it to me. Something so simple, but you'd be surprised because, the spoon looks really delicious with like this chocolate pudding. There's different flavors also, but that's like the most popular. The point is, people are like, what is it? Tell me more. No call to action. The only time you should have a call to action, those of you who don't know what a call to action is, it's where you're telling people, hey, hit me up or drop an emoji, or if you want details, let me know. The only time you should do that, where you have the call to action, is when it's either a giveaway. Maybe you're giving away one of your products and you can say, hey, drop an emoji if you're interested in getting access to the raffle or the product giveaway we're doing, or in a video. When you do a video, you could say, hey, send me a private message and I can answer some of your questions, or if you want more information, shoot me a message, drop a comment. But when you don't do it in the curiosity post, when you don't do it, it actually raises more curiosity versus you saying, oh my gosh, I've been using this product for a couple weeks now, or my girlfriend's been using this product for a couple weeks now. She's down 10 inches. She feels amazing. And then you go, hit me up if you're interested. You immediately go from, I'm just sharing with you something that's working for me or for my friend or whatever, to I'm trying to sell you. So now people go from, raising curiosity to now you're raising their guard, and they're kind of like, wait a second, is that true? Or are you just trying to sell me something? So some of you
Yeah.
just need to remove the call to action, because if you say, listen, my friend has lost 10 inches, or my friend is loving how she feels with this product. She's not as stressed. She's getting better sleep, the energy without the crash, whatever product you're selling, what are the benefits? And then mention those benefits without the call to action. It
Yeah.
actually
That
removes the ickiness to the post.
Yes, yes. And, honestly, it's just sales psychology, guys. It's
Yeah.
kind of, or going back to, our parents trying to get us to do something we didn't want to do. It's reverse psychology, where you just take it away from them and then they want it more. And by the way,
Right.
I'm like, okay, where do I get this like chocolate spoon? Like, I mean, right? So just by virtue of John just talking about that, I'm like, yeah, like I need to know where I get this chocolate spoon. So just that's an interesting display of curiosity. Like who doesn't want, well, not everybody wants to lose weight, but I'm thinking, yeah, I want to. So like, how do I get it? So that was a great demonstration. There's the word I'm looking for.
I
Demonstration
gotta
of
say, I gotta throw
curiosity.
in one other thing. This is the other thing,
Okay.
Kim, and this is crazy. And I have to say this because this is what blew my mind. Is a few years ago we started getting this system dialed in on referral posts. Now, some of you might call it host a post or whatever you call it. I know different companies have different ways they talk about it or what they call it, but essentially getting customers and people that your friends and people in your network that haven't bought the product. Okay, so customers, people that bought the product, and people that haven't even bought the product. We started getting these individuals to post on their social media on behalf of the distributor, and that has been game changing for us over the last 3 or 4 years, where we see people with maybe a small network, Kim, but because they are using this referral post strategy, because think about this. Hold on, let's just back up for a second. If I get someone that I'm friends with to do a post on their wall, now let's say I only have 100 friends, but Sarah has 100 friends. Sarah has 100 friends I don't know. If I get Sarah to do a post on her wall about my product, maybe because she wants to buy it, she's already using it, she just wants to help me out, who knows? But Sarah does that post. Now I've got 200 people to talk to, my 100 and Sarah's 100. And I've got leaders on my team where 80, 90, 95% of their business has come from referral posts, people that they did not know. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Wait, whoa. I got to dive into this. This is one of my questions, by the way, because I saw this somewhere where you were talking about referral posts.
Yeah.
But explain a referral post. Let's dive into that a little bit because I think anybody could leverage this strategy. You don't have to necessarily have to have a physical product, perhaps. Maybe you have a service,
Right.
but explain
Right.
the concept. Like if I know Sarah and I say, do I approach Sarah and say, hey, Sarah, will you post something on your wall about my business? What does that look?
Yeah.
Explain this whole referral post concept.
Right. So let's say you're starting off and you do a curiosity post and you post something like, so excited to get my sexy back, super excited to try these products. I've been so skeptical, but I've seen my friend Kim, and Kim is getting phenomenal results. And I figured, what the heck, let me give it a try. So that's a curiosity post. You're saying, I'm trying this new product. You could be a distributor of the product. You could be a customer that's trying the product. And now somebody might say, well, why would a customer do the post? Well, maybe your company does credits towards free product. Maybe the customer, somehow you got to incentivize the customer. Like, hey, I'll enter
Yeah,
you into a raffle.
yeah, that was what I was going to say is since obviously in network marketing businesses there are incentives for people like if they're customers like, but if you're not in network marketing, so what would maybe you could offer somebody a free course or a free hour of your time or
Oh,
whatever.
there you go.
Incentivize them to share your company, your product, your service, whatever it is, on their wall, or
Right.
on their social, whichever. It could be on Instagram. We're talking Facebook primarily here right now, but that's a really brilliant strategy. So I wanted to. I mean, it's kind of like you're just ethically bribing people to help you. Now there are people who help you for free, so you don't always
Right.
have to bribe them. But when I say bribe, that sounds so harsh. So let me soften it a little bit. You don't necessarily have to entice them like that, but maybe you thank them with
Right.
a bribe. Is that a better way of saying it? Because if somebody does you a nice thing, it's the reciprocal side of that would be to thank them in some way. So maybe if you approach it from that perspective, it's a little softer.
Yeah.
So John, quick question from a content standpoint, because you've talked about your journey on you just got started, and you started, with personal brand and all of that. What type of content has really been the most impactful for you?
Well, one thing I'll wrap up to on the last thing. So a curiosity post, you create curiosity. because it's something you're doing. It's a product you're using. It's a business you're launching. But a referral post is essentially a curiosity post that someone else is doing on your behalf. And I think this formula that we came up with will really help people. And then we'll go to your next question, but it's GPS, gratitude, pain point, solution. I'm so grateful for my friend Sarah. I've been struggling with this, and this, and this product helps with all of that. I'm so excited to get my hands on it. If you would like to try the product, feel free to reach out to Sarah. Sarah, thanks again for hooking me up.
Could you restate those? Could you restate those three things again? What were they?
Yeah,
Gratitude?
it's
No.
gratitude. I'm so grateful for my girl Kim that she shared this product or this service, or that she's coaching me, because I know, again, like you said, a lot of these people are not in network marketing, right? But they offer something that other people would want to purchase that gives them a benefit. So they're recognizing you, they're grateful for you. GPS, grateful, gratitude, whatever. P, pain point. What's the pain point? What's the problem that you're dealing with? S, solution.
Solution. Stinking brilliant.
I found a solution.
Yes.
Kim, thank you so much, Kim, for sharing this solution with me.
And so Lauren is saying, can you give an example of how you ask them to make a post? Oh, yeah, just off the top of your head. Like if you've got a curiosity post, just like the GPS model, and then how do you get somebody to use that as a referral post?
It's so easy. So the ones that express interest, how many of us get people that express interest in our product or service, but they don't buy, right? And why don't they buy? Maybe they don't have the money. Maybe they don't want to get their hopes up and have, this be another product that sits on their shelf, or another service that they purchase and end up canceling. So you can recommend for them. Now, I know, again, it's always a little tough when I'm doing these types of trainings, because I'm talking to people that are in network marketing, people that are not in network marketing. Then you got all these network marketers selling different products, makeup, skincare, lotions, potions, pills, water filters, all kinds of things, right? Travel services, makeup. Well, I think I already said makeup. But, right, we get all these different types of products. But at the end of the day, you always have people that don't have the money, or they're skeptical. So you could say, listen, if you want, you could do a post on your wall. And if we get some decent traction, if we get some people buying the products, I'm going to make money. And if I end up getting some sales out of your post, I can pay for your first order, or I'll send you some samples if you do a referral post, or I'll enter you into a raffle to win a free fill in the blank. So you could hit people up and ask them if they want to be a part of the raffle. You can hit people up that are expressing interest, but they don't have the money. You can reach out to people and say, hey, listen, I know you wouldn't want to try this product. Kim, you talked about the reverse psychology. I know you already make plenty of money, or I know you're already super fit, or I know you don't need this type of coaching, or I know you don't need a program like that. But if you know anybody, I would really appreciate you doing a post like this on your wall if you're open. If not, no big deal. And you always give them an out. If you're open, that's awesome. If not, no big deal. So pay attention to the people that are watching your stories, engaging on your posts, people that are expressing interest, but for whatever reason, they haven't bought your weight loss product yet. They haven't bought your energy drink. They're not pulling the trigger on the coffee yet, right? They like it, they're interested, but maybe you can persuade them by getting free product credits. Maybe you can enter them into a raffle, whatever it is. And I think sometimes we just have to get creative. There's so many ways you can do this. Here's the value for those of you that are building a personal brand. Oh my gosh, you can do so much more with your personal brand because you're not doing something that you're trying to duplicate. The challenge with network marketing is that if I do something that works, my team is going to want to know, like, what are you doing? And if it's something that's impossible for them to duplicate, you almost feel guilty teaching it to them because it's not simple and it's not duplicatable. But when you're building a personal brand, you can get a lot more creative because you're spending money on advertising. You have an email list, a podcast, just like little things like, we did our first week of our podcast. We said anyone that left a review, we were going to do like 5 giveaways and just give away cash to 5 random people that are leaving the best reviews on our podcast. Like, it's really, when you start thinking about it, now I know some people are going to go, that's $500. It doesn't have to be money. It could be a group coaching call.
Yes. Right. There's
There's
lots
so
of
much.
ways to incentivize people
Totally.
to action. All
Right.
great ideas there. I hope you guys got some great ones. Okay, so going back to that, I think I have I have so many questions left, but in the interest of time, let's just try to while we're picking out the winners for today's show. I have one kind of last question for you, and content. What has been the most impactful type of content that you guys have ever created? That not just from a sales perspective, but maybe from a longevity perspective. Like what's a gift that keeps on giving?
Videos. 100%. You got to do videos. I mean, do you have to do videos? No. But do you have to make money? No. You look at Kim, if most of you were to be honest, you probably follow Kim. Yeah, sure, she provides amazing content. But there's lots of content creators out there. There's lots of people out there that say what I'm saying, that say what Kim's saying. They have their own way of saying it. They have their own style or perspective. But you specifically follow Kim. Why? Because you like how she delivers her message. You like her communication style. Maybe you like her fashion. Maybe you like her personality. But the point is, you're getting to know all of these different, attributes, if you will, from her videos. Now, listen, you can get away with only doing a video once a week. That's fine. We used to do a video every single day, and I still do 3 to 5 videos a week. I'm not as hardcore as I used to be, but still, if you were to follow my business page or follow my profile, my YouTube channel, like, we do a ton of videos. You attract people like you. And that's, if you were to say, who's the easiest person to sell to? Who's the easiest person for you to recruit if you're a network marketer? It's people that relate to you. It's people that have a similar background. Maybe they're close to you in age. Maybe they're from the same city, state, or country. Whatever it is, it's typically people that relate to you, your story, your personality, your perspective on things. And I think this is something that sometimes we're trying to you're like, who's the ideal person for my product? Like, everybody. Like, no, dude. It's the answer is not everybody. Like, I know who I'm talking to. You need to know who you're talking to.
Yeah, so important. But I do believe that, and Susie said, aha, I got to do videos. Absolutely. Video has probably been, if I had to rank all the things I've ever done in my almost 30 years of owning an online business, I would have to say video has been the most impactful, specifically live video, frankly. I mean, if I was to at the top of the pile, it would have to be that. I mean, every time I forget it, because I do forget it once in a while, which, we do things in our business and we know they work. Why don't we just keep going after it? Sometimes you have brain cramps and you forget things. But every time I forget how impactful live video is, it's something circles and I'm like, I did a live video last week and we were talking about this new course we're launching this week and or opening it back up. And of course, the sales for that were huge on the live video. Whereas, when we compared it to it's just interesting. So things circle back, but I'm in 100% agreement. I know you guys do a lot of live video as well. And you guys are awesome. I mean, I think that's one of the things that's been great because of even TikTok, for example, your personality shines so there. And again, just everything John just said, it's the fastest path to the know, like, and trust factor because people connect with you, they relate to you. And if they don't, they know fast and they move on. So we're not here to serve everybody. We're just here to serve those we're meant to serve. And so that was awesome. So John, as we're picking out the winners for today's giveaways, can you share where people can connect with you and Nadya and how they can plug in and learn from you as well?
I mean, kind of like we're on every social media platform, but definitely Facebook. I mean, we do our Money Monday episode every Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern. We have a podcast, we're on Instagram. I mean, we're all over the place. But I would say Facebook is definitely our primary hub. I mean, that's where I spend most of my time. That's our primary platform for content creation. Um, our Facebook story gets the most views. Our Facebook videos get the most views, right? But that's where I spend most of my time. That's where we do a lot of our teaching, and I just love helping online entrepreneurs and network marketers. We always say we help them go from average to savage. So if somebody wants to connect with me or follow me, definitely on Facebook is the primary.
I love that. Awesome. Awesome. And you guys are going to be really blessed. John is one half of a couple. They're married, but if you get a chance to tune into their lives, Nadya is amazing. You will love her as well. Our ring light winner today is Nancy Summers. So congrats, Nancy. If you will send us your mailing address, so go to kimgarst.com/winner and send us your mailing address. That would be awesome. And we'll get that out in the mail to you. And then we have the webcam cover is Lauren Moore Lindsay. I'm so glad I can say all of those. Sometimes our winners, I'm always afraid I'll butcher their names. So now here we go. So I'm not even going to. This is a perfect example. Esther's a winner. Esther, I am not going to try to say the rest of your name. You are an easel.com winner. Mila, same, easel.com winner. And Cornelia, I would love that name. All of you guys will just send us your email address. That's all we need. No mailing address. So again, go to kimgarst.com/winner and we will get y'all taken care of. So before we close out, John, tell me what your favorite app on your phone is right now. Like, what is your go-to? What's the favorite one? Like, if you open it up right now, where would you go first?
Facebook Messenger. The money is made in Messenger, y'all. We didn't even get into that, but at the end of the day, I've made most of my selling, recruiting, most of that is one-on-one conversation. But if you build a personal brand, when you're talking to someone one-on-one, it's way easier to influence them, to have a conversation with them because they know who you are, they look up to you, or they trust you, they follow you. So that's why you really want to do both. Build a brand, and then on the back end, you're one relationship building conversations for sure.
Yeah, I've said there is immense power in the one-on-one conversations, whether that's on Facebook Messenger or Instagram DMs or wherever. They're just super powerful. So thank you, John, for being with us and sharing your amazing sauce with everybody today. Super excited to have had you here, and I know everybody else is as well. Guys, check out our sponsor at kimgarst.com/easel. For all of you who have joined us live, thank you for being here. I know time is valuable and we appreciate you. So take care of yourselves, stay safe, and God bless.
Bye, everyone.